We told you we're talking about a long-term duration event, but Harvey, you're looking at the latest totals, and maybe you're upping it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, this is going to be like several parts to this, and my concern is that the last one on Monday may have a bigger punch, and that could up the totals. But let's get into it. There's a lot to talk about here, and I know we've already been through a lot of weather the last few weeks, and we do have significant amounts still to go. This isn't going to be like all at once. This is going to be over a long period of time. But we already have a winter storm watch posted. This is the area most likely to get over 8 inches of snow. Notice it does include Boston, Worcester, the Pike, all points north. It gets a little more questionable down here because of the fact, two reasons. Number one, the amount of precipitation is not going to be as much, especially during the first half of this. And secondly, there can be some mixing of sleet at the time of the Sunday night into Monday period. So that's a little more of a wild card, but it's pretty confident, certainly during the course of the entire storm, that the amounts are going to build up significantly in this region. How about how cold it was early this morning? It was 12 below in Jaffrey, 11 below in Fitchburg, 17 below in Orange, 15 below in Keene, New Hampshire, 2 below in Beverly on the North Shore, 11 below in Bedford. Boston was 5. Norwood was 11 below. With the snow cover in areas where the winds diminished and the skies are mainly clear, temperature just fell off in single digits on Cape Cod. Here's some other spots that were incredibly cold. Look at this, 32 below. Berlin, 27 below. Hooksett, New Hampshire, 25 below. Mount Washington, 24 below. Not calm there. Very windy, outrageous wind chill. And Mount Sunapee was 13 below. All right, we recovered a little bit today, and now the temperatures tonight are still going to be quite cold, maybe not to the levels of last night, but still cold. We get a slight, and I want to stress, slight temperature moderation tomorrow. Might approach 30, might even approach the freezing mark down around the Cape. But that is the limit tomorrow into tomorrow evening of the very, very slight temperature moderation. I want to give you an idea of what's going to take place. The first chance of any very, very light snow or flurries could be midday or tomorrow afternoon, probably scattered across the region. We may not all get that. That's as this front is getting itself set up. Once it does, cold Arctic air to the north, relatively mild air to the south. That front is going to settle south of us. It's going to clearly keep us on the cold side when we get into significant precipitation beginning later tomorrow night. This is the first wave of low pressure that starts the steady snow later Saturday night, continues it into Sunday. Now, it may never really quit once that happens, or it may just get very light or go to snow grains for a while Sunday afternoon, but you can expect it more or less to continue, and then this is the biggest wild card in terms of the total amounts, because this has the potential, if it tracks just right, to dump a significant more amount of snow over our region later Sunday night, all day Monday into Monday night. So I want to give you an idea on the timeline as I see this. The clouds thicken up during Saturday. See how there can be scattered flurries or very light snow around, but not widespread. You get into Saturday evening or late, let's say 9, 10, 11 o'clock, then the first strip of steady snow moves in. Notice, it's not extreme southern New England that's affected that long. It's up here around Boston, the Pike, and points north. Now, that may or may not let up after that, but then we get the additional moisture build in late Sunday night and Monday from the south. And this will be heavier snow, but notice there may be some mixing. It's probably going to be a little farther south than that. So I want to give you my latest thinking in terms of estimates how this will break down. Just a coating to an inch through Saturday evening, if that. But later Saturday night and during the daylight hours of Sunday, I could see as much as 3 to 6. But then late Sunday night and Monday into Monday night could be 5 to 10 or more, especially the area that's under the winter storm watch. So in the end, I see the potential now of 8 to 15 inches or more of snow, basically northern Rhode Island, northern Connecticut, parts of the South Shore, northward. And I'm just putting this number in down here, but this is a wild card because of less precipitation early and possibly some mixing. But most of our area, probably before all is said and done, is going to get that amount of snow. Remember, it's over a few days, so there you see it, setting it in later on Saturday night. Once that happens, we're kind of in it for the most part, probably right through Monday into Monday night, ending as coastal flurries early Tuesday. And by the way, at the end of that 7-day forecast, around this time next week could actually be the very coldest weather of the winter so far. So, I mean, I'm not trying to discourage you, depress you, or whatever, just really trying to inform you and keeping you updated. It's a long duration snow event, and we will take you through it.